couple things stand out. First, I like that you can see the shape getting translated from the bottom to the top from below. This view I think is pretty interesting, watching it stretch and turn and twist. And I think it emphasizes it with light, right? So you can see this little white reflection from the paper, all around the object. And I just think it's kind of cool that a lot of people don't look at, right? They're too busy looking at the form. They don't see the way reflection emphasizes form, right? Not only is there light and shadow, but there's reflection is another way to emphasize form, right? I look at these. I like these little red bloody flecks. They almost look like some sort of bug, there's like these little like spiders that when you would crush them with your finger, they leave a little red speck. That's what this kind of reminds me of, actually, right? Let's look at the interior here. Again, I love the way these interiors look. I mean, just look at all these. I don't know. It's just so lovely. These little red boats and this pink sea, right? There's something cool, but we'll look at the side here. We'll look at the handle. So our first look at the side of the handle here and the outside, right? I sprayed a little bit of this white glaze on top, so it almost looks like it's snow sitting on it, right? Like I'm thinking a frost in the morning, a morning spring frost, right? That's the vibe I get from this surface here, especially with this being like almost like a little rose like shape here. I tried my best to fill this with a lot of glaze, but it just didn't really work too much, and I was scared if I got it too heavy that it would start tipping down, and we definitely didn't want this to be, we didn't want this to touch the bottom here. But again, here's another look at that. All I'm doing is I'm throwing like a double walled vessel and not closing it, and then I sort of twist and kind of throw it thin so it buckles on its own, and I allow that to be more of an organic flower on the bottom there. And then this is the other side here. Again, I really like the way that this glaze is looking on this surface. I mean, this is kind of not a great example of a simple glaze or a simple form, right? This form is a little bit more, it's on the borderline of being simple, right? But it is unique, I guess, right? And so I think there's a lot of strong things happening, but for some reason, I break the vessel up in 3 segments. That white top band, that bottom twist, right? And then the bud, or like that little flower on the side, right? I think that's all like strong moments that shine. So for some reason, it doesn't feel busy, right? Well, anyway, thank you.